So what I want to do is I want to go back to talk really quickly about this problem, okay, the one where we found the at symbols. Okay, so if you get a solution that includes an at symbol, so if we go back to this one right here, in the next section that I'm going to talk about here in just a moment, and there will be one problem where you're asked to find what the solution set is, and it has an at symbol on it. Right? Here's the way that you interpret the at symbol. The at symbol is basically just your variable. Okay? So again, it says at2. At2 is just a random designation for an unknown or a variable. If you guys did it, did you guys get something different than at2? You got like an at4 or at7 or something? Did anybody get something different when they typed it in? And so you might get something different from that, but the at symbol basically means that is your variable. So if you're looking for the solution set of this problem that I did as the example, and you came up with these symbols. So it says that a is equal to negative at2 minus 1 over 2, and b is equal to at2. Okay? All that means is your solution set is the number. The at symbol represented b, so our solution set is b. And then what is a in terms of b? Where do we plug in that b? Any place you see the symbol. So what that means is this is really negative quantity b minus 1 over 2. Well, what does the negative do to both those terms? Distributes through. So you get negative b plus 1 over 2. And so here is your first term, just negative b plus 1 over 2. And so the many solutions means that any solution set that fit this form will work. So one solution is if b is 0, what is your a value going to equal? Negative 0 plus 1 divided by 2, which is? What's that going to equal? 0 plus 1 is 1, 1/2. Okay, so this would be one possible solution. What would be your solution if b was 1? So negative 1 plus 1 is? 0 divided by 2 is? So this would allow you to find different points that work. But again, you can also come back to any of these equations and plug it in. Any number that you plug in here for a or b will give you the corresponding term. Okay. So the last thing I want to do here before we go is I want to talk about what happens if you have 3 equations in your system. Okay, so if you have 3 equations and 3 unknowns, you're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, but you have to add one thing. Okay, and that is you have to add in the third variable, which will usually be a z. So you have x, y, and z. Okay, but not always. Okay, but if you have it, you add in the z. In the x, comma, y, comma space. So what that involves is right here, you'll just have to add a comma z. And then you'll also have to add in another and so that you can fit your third equation in. Okay, so if I give you an equation that looks like this, Okay, so here's your system. If I asked you to solve this system, the way that you enter it is, again, go to your custom tabs, hit F3, choose your template. Okay. In this template, go ahead and go in. You need to add a comma Z. So if we go to the commas right above the 9, the Z is right next to the Y. And then we need to move over and type in another and. And now, here's the thing as far as this goes. I can't show you on this computer because it doesn't allow me to press multiple keys. But if you take your calculator and you hold the up arrow key and then you move the cursor, it allows you to select the text. So what I would do on here is I put it right where my cursor is right now, hold the up arrow key down, and then just move the directional key to the left until the A and D is all copied. And then you can use copy and paste on that. Do you guys see where those are located? The copy is right above that up arrow, and the paste is the escape. And you have to green diamond it. Okay, so if you don't have that, you can just alpha lock it and type. I have the computer, so I'm just going to type A and D space. Okay, but you need to give yourself some room. And right in here, you will want 2 spaces in front of that and. You'll fill it in if you don't remember to do it the first time through. Oops. But once you have that, you've added in the and now you can go in and type in your equation. So we have, in this case, x plus y plus z is equal to 2. Move it over. This is why I put the 2 spaces in there, 1 space before and 1 space after the equation that I'm going to type in. Negative x plus 3y plus 2z is equal to 8. Move the cursor over, and then type in my last equation, in this case 4x plus y is equal to 4. And now when I hit enter, it calculates the solution for that entire system, tells me what x, y, and z are. Anytime you're entering a solution set in this 3-dimensional representation, or if it's 3 or 4 systems or equations in the system, just enter the letters or the numbers of the solutions in alphabetical order. So with x, y, and z, enter your points as 0, 4, -2, and that'll be your answer.